Mimi ni Mama Ruto kutoka South Pokot, Cheparten village.
Okay, she says her name is Mama Ruto from South Pokot, Cheparten village.
Mimi ndio natoka mali Mama Rosa ilifufuliwa.
She says she comes from the same village as Mama Rosa who was resurrected.
Usiku sasa, wakati usiku nilipigiwa simu.
When she was called on the night Mama Rosa died.
Asubuhi sana saa 2 nilifika kwake.
On the following day, early in the morning at 8 a.m., she went to Mama Rosa's house.
Wakati niliingia malango,
and she tells us when she approached the door,
nikasikia harufu funde.
The rotting stench of death hit her.
Nilirudi hata nyuma kidogo.
And caused her to retreat back and out of that room. She went back a bit.
Na nikasema amefufuka kweli.
And then she asked herself, has she really resurrected?
Kwa sababu ya ufunde na harufu.
She says the reason why she asked herself that question, has she really resurrected, is because of the stench of death that hit her when she approached the door to the house.
Nikaenda moja kwa moja mpaka mahali yeye iko.
And then she went right straight to where Mama Rosa, who had just been resurrected a while ago, was lying.
Nikapata anapumua.
And then she says she found that Mama Rosa was breathing.
Lakini macho alikuwa nyeupe bado.
But the eyes were still totally white.
Ni macho ni nyeupe kabisa.
She says the eyes were very, very white.
Hata uso yake ni tofauti sana kama ya mwanadamu.
And then the face was totally different, not like any face for a human being.
Na kilimi chake bado inajaa mdomo.
And then the tongue was still full in the mouth, meaning the tongue was swollen.
Hata kuangalia watu angalii.
And then she wasn't seeing people.
Sasa alinuka hiyo siku.
And then Mama Ruto tells us that on that day, when Mama Rosa had been resurrected on that following morning, she was still stinking, the rotting stench of death.
So hata chioni ananuka.
And the stench of death continued even till evening.
Hata kesho ananuka.
Even on the following day, now day 2 after resurrection, Mama Ruto tells us the rotting stench of death was still there.
Siku 3 ndio alikuwa ananuka.
So for 3 days, Mama Ruto testifies and says, Mama Rosa was still stinking, the terrible, strong stench of death.
Sasa Alhamisi asubuhi.
She says once again, beloved listeners, that on Thursday morning, that is after Mama Rosa had been resurrected by the mightiest prophet of the Lord, on the first day, yes?
Wakati nilisikia nabii mkuu wa Mungu alisema it is well.
She had heard that the mightiest prophet of the Lord had said it is well.
Wakati nilikuta nikasema nitaenda asubuhi kuangalia.
And then she says after the message of the mightiest prophet of the Lord had come to that family that it is well, on the following day, because Mama Rosa died in the night past midnight. So a few hours later at 8 in the morning, that is when Mama Ruto said, let me go and see. Let me go to the house of Mama Rosa and see. She says when she just approached the door to the house of Mama Rosa,
nikasikia ufunde na harufu mbaya sana kama mtu ambaye amekufa.
Mama Ruto says when she approached the door to the house of Mama Rosa, a very, very strong stench of rotting dead corpse hit her.
Sasa wakati sasa nilisikia hiyo harufu ya maiti, nikarudi nyuma nje tena kwanza.
Once again, beloved people, Mama Ruto is saying when she went to Mama Rosa's home, Mama Rosa's house, on that Thursday morning, day 1 at 8 in the morning, when she just approached the door to the house of Mama Rosa, a very, very strong stench of rotting dead corpse hit her and caused her to retreat back and out of that room.
Na nikasema na kweli imefufuka.
And then she asked herself, is it true? Is it true that surely she has resurrected?
lakini kwa ujasiri ya Kiswahili nikaenda mpaka sasa nikakuwa na ujasiri, lakini ilikuwa imenuka, mapua yangu ilikuwa imejaa ufunde.
She says she just had to gather some courage, really, because the man of God, the mightiest prophet of the Lord, had said it is well, in order to enter that room. Otherwise, she says, the very, very strong stench of a rotting dead corpse was too much. It was totally overwhelming. She couldn't take it. She says her nostrils were full of that rotting, the strong stench of a rotting dead corpse.
Haraka sana nikaenda hapo, nikaenda kuangalia macho, ilikuwa nyeupe kabisa.
And then she had to gather. She had to gather some courage to enter that room and to approach Mama Rosa, who was lying on that bed. And she says when she looked at Mama Rosa lying on that bed, the eyes were totally white, totally white. And then the tongue was full in the mouth, meaning the tongue was swollen. Mama Ruto testifies and says on that day 1, after Mama Rosa had been resurrected, she was stinking the terrible, strong stench of a dead corpse. And then on the second day, which is Friday, on the second day after she has been resurrected, she was still stinking the terrible, smelly stench of a dead corpse. And then Mama Ruto says the stench that was coming from her breath, the stench was the stench of a dead corpse that was coming from the breath of Mama Rosa was totally unbearable. She says this stench was a terrible, very, very strong and terrible stench of a rotting dead corpse.